Megatron and Dinobot reveal themselves to the Allosauruses. Megatron just shoots AlloGojira in the chest.
Ow! You motherfucker!
Ha! Just wait till you see this. Then suddenly, Barney comes out of nowhere. I love you. You love. Megatron just shoots him, killing him. Well, that was annoying. Yeah, well, he almost looks like you. He does not. Now time to deal with the... Suddenly the Allosauruses are gone. Ugh! They must have run away. Stupid purple dinosaur. Actually, it's more closer to pink. Shut up. But then suddenly the body's gone as well. And he hears a low rumbling growl coming from the woods. He looks, but there's nothing there. Just pure darkness. The Allosauruses quickly run into the woods, and then they stop and look at each other. But then suddenly the Jurassic World Allosaurus just leaves, and Big Al and Broken Jaw just follow each other.
Hey, where y'all going?
The only one who stayed is Gwangi.
Well, at least you're loyal enough to stay.
Gwangi just nods in agreement. Spiny is walking near some mountains when suddenly he hears a familiar roar.
Oh, well, hello, Devil Joe. Long time no see.
Devil Joe just growls and roars at Spiny.
Man, I love you, Pickle. But it's about time I kick your ass.
Then the two begin to fight. Devil Joe jumps into the air, grabs Spiny by the neck, and slams him onto the ground. And then smacks him with his tail on the ground many times. Then Spiny bites his tail and then throws him onto a rock. Then Spiny charges into him, causing the rock to burst while he flies away. And then Devil Joe starts to charge up a blast and Spiny does the same. Then the two get into a beam clash and then the beams explode. As there's smoke around them, Devil Joe can't see where Spiny is. Spiny walked into the woods attempting to sneak up on Devil Joe. And then he hears Noah calling for him. Spiny, come on, we've got some new friends. Spiny quickly takes a chunk of Devil Joe and eats it, and then follows Noah and the gang. But soon, Shredz and Spine, they hear Spiny's call, which sounds familiar. They decide to go follow it. As Spiny, Noah, and the others are walking through the forest, they run into AlloGojira, Drozilla, and Gwangi. Noah says, "Get back, guys. Me and Spiny will handle this." The three Allosaurs look at them. Then suddenly, Shredz and Spine come out from the trees.
Now this could be interesting.
Shredz and Spine go to Spiny and Noah.
We're their friends.
Shredz says,
Oh, come on!
All of them roar at each other when suddenly a green meteorite crashes in the middle of them. Whoa, what the heck? They look at it for a second when suddenly a metallic T-Rex with a green robe comes out. Oh no, not him.
What strange environment brings me here this time?
Noah looks at Speckles and the others. Get out of here. We'll hold them off. Speckles nods and he leads the others away. The only one standing against Doomsday Rex is Noah, Spiny, Spine, Shredz, AlloGojira, Jozilla, and Gwangi. Gwangi, what are you still doing here? You don't have powers.
That can, be arranged.
How? Then AlloGojira places his hand on Gwangi's head. And then Gwangi starts to evolve and get dorsal plates.
And now he's evolved Gwangi.
Huh, impressive. Listen, I don't know who you two are, but you think we can work together to bring this guy down?
Sure.
As long you don't attack me.
This guy stands no chance.
Fantastic. But then suddenly, two boxes appear right in front of them.
Where'd they come from?
I don't know. Let's check it out. Spiny and Noah, they open the crates. Oh, sweet. Hydro Thunder, my baby. Spiny looks at him in surprise because he never knew it had a name. He didn't ask. Spiny opens the crate and inside is a cape and 2 swords.
Oh, hell yeah! Now nothing can stop me now!
We shall see.
Nearby, Talon and her friends are exploring the forest trying not to get killed. This place is scary, Talon says. Her friend Coda comforts her, but then suddenly, the forest around them starts to feel hot. Really hot. Very humid. Gar the Ankylosaurus looks at Raham the Triceratops as if he did it because he's the one with fire powers. What? But then suddenly, the trees around them start to catch on fire. All of them quickly try to run, but then a ghostly dinosaur with white spikes and big long arms is in front of them. It almost looks like a ghost. It's the fiery Phantosaur. It roars loudly at them. The Talon doesn't attack on it, but it just goes through it. Then the Phantosaur starts to charge up a large beam, and they quickly run for it. The Talon says, "If only Moza was here." Noah straight up punches Doomsday Rex, but he's metallic. Ow! God! Doomsday Rex just smacks him with his tail, sending him into the trees. Shredz and Spine quickly get into the fight. Shredz summons a portal and a laser comes out of it. It shoots Doomsday Rex, but it does nothing. Spine tries to push Doomsday Rex, but he's just not budging. Doomsday Rex bites Spine in the neck and throws him at Shredz. Then Spiny quickly gets tired of all this and charges at him. Using both of his swords, he tries to swipe at Doomsday Rex, but he quickly weaves. He tries again and again and again, but he just keeps dodging. And then suddenly, Doomsday Rex starts to charge up an electric punch. And his arms grow bigger since he had tiny arms, and punches Spiny, sending him miles and miles away. AlloGojira, Zilla, and Super Guanji start to charge up their atomic breaths and shoot Doomsday Rex. But then he summons a portal and it shoots right back at them as it hits them, injuring them. Noah is still on the ground, his hand in pain. Doomsday Rex starts to head towards him. He charges up an electric punch and punches Noah. But what he doesn't realize, electricity powers him up. Why, thank you. Noah jumps in, punches Doomsday Rex in the face a lot, really fast, and then kicks him, knocking him aside. God, my hands.
Pathetic.
Doomsday Rex starts to charge up an attack when suddenly a spider web is shot on his mouth. Noah looks, and there's Spider Rex webbing into action. Sup, y'all? Spider Rex? What do you do? Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, he's fictional. But he wasn't the only one who came. T-Rider and Devil Dinosaur have also come. Ooh, this shall be interesting. You guys get out of here. We'll hold him off. Ain't gonna happen, Captain. Captain, because, you know, Captain America. Okay, you get it. Before Spider Rex can say anything, Doomsday Rex does an attack where lots of lightning go around, and it hits them all, sending them flying away, except for Noah, which Doomsday Rex quickly grabs him by the neck and throws him. They all land in the valley, except for Spiny, who was still in pain from the impact. Doomsday Rex just nods his head, but then suddenly Omega-09 is there, and he's here to challenge him. Terry and Sauron are having a fiery battle. They're both getting tired, especially Terry because he's not a god. Sauron bites Terry in the neck and then slams him onto the ground and charges up a plasma blast. Then Terry's had enough. He pushes away Sauron and does ultimate fire and then runs towards him. He hits Sauron, which quickly injures him, but doesn't kill him. Sauron falls to the ground as Terry puts his foot on Sauron's face and then growls loudly. But then suddenly he hears another roar. It's Diablo. Terry gets off of Sauron and roars loudly at Diablo. Sauron gets up and stands right next to Terry. They both look at each other and then nod, because Sauron knows how powerful Diablo can be. Suddenly, Archosaurus comes out of the magma places and roars at them. Terry runs over to Archosaurus, and Sauron and Diablo charge at each other. Terry quickly grabs Archosaurus by the neck and then uses Firebomb, flying them both into the lava, as Archosaurus is consumed by the lava and Terry gets out. One of the millionaires in the lab asks Joss a question. Hey, do you think we could add this into the Battle Royale? The Saurfaganax card. Why? We already have 4 fire dinosaurs. That being Terry, Gygus, the Alpha Acro, and the Black T-Rex. We added Terry because, well, he's one of the main 6, and we added the other 3 because they were unique. Why would we add the Saurfaganax? Because it's just, one of the fire dinosaurs. The coworker says, 1, I think it's pretty unique, plus it was like a mini boss before the Black T-Rex, and 2, Saurfaganax isn't even valid anymore. So Josh says, actually, I can see your point. You know what? Yeah, go ahead, put him in. The coworker puts the card into a card slit, which then puts the card out there in the world as it summons. The Saurfaganax is out there in the Battle Royale, and he already has his eyes on prey. It's the Alpha Acro. The Alpha Acro is currently battling the Dodo Rex. The Alpha Acro does fire cannon, as Dodo Rex basically does the same because he shoots fireballs. The fireballs hit each other, and then they run towards each other. The Dodo Rex was about to attack them, but then suddenly, a huge, giant purple fireball engulfs him. The Alpha Acro looks, and it came from the Saurfaganax, who just used Fire Scorcher. They both charge at each other. The Saurfaganax quickly gets the upper hand with his longer claws, and then uses him to hold his neck and then bite down and then throw him. The Alpha Acro lands on the ground and then quickly does Magma Blaster, as the Saurfaganax runs away trying to avoid it, but then it hits him, causing him to fly away a couple of feet. The Alpha Acro bites down the Saurfaganax's neck, and it's extremely hot. The Saurfaganax quickly uses his legs to kick the Alpha Acro off of him, and then uses Neck Crusher. He grabs the Alpha Acro by the neck, and starts spinning around and around and around, and then tosses him up into the air, and then smacks him with his tail. The Alpha Acro doesn't give up though. Then suddenly the Saurfaganax charges up Fire Scorcher. And then the Alpha Acro charges up Magma Blaster and then shoots it at the big giant fireball. As the giant fireball is coming towards them, it then suddenly explodes due to the Magma Blaster giving it too much fire, causing it to explode. As the flames go away, the Alpha Acro and the Saurfaganax look at each other. But then suddenly in the middle they hear loud footsteps, and in the middle of them is Grimlock. But he wasn't alone. Along with him was Scorn and Slug, I believe is the name of the Triceratops from Transformers. They both quickly run away from them, trying to figure out where they are. Grimlock and Scorn and Slug stick together until then. They then start to go towards the mountain area. Josh, looking from his screen in front of him, well, that was quite enjoyable. I actually quite enjoyed that. I'm glad we decided that, the Saurfaganax. As he's switching camera to camera, seeing what other battles might be going on, he then suddenly sees a clutch of eggs in a nest. Josh stands forward. What the hell is that? He says. Jacob says, we've picked up some eggs. From where? Josh Grand says, which everyone in the room couldn't seem to answer. Chris says, they're Tyrannosaur eggs. A Tyrannosaurus, Josh says in surprise. How is this even possible? It seems 2 T-Rexes must have mated during one of the past tournaments, and those must be the eggs from it. We should retrieve them. Jacob immediately says, why? Don't you understand? If people know that we've been doing this for a long time, then we could be ruined, and those eggs are proof of that. We could put them in with the other dinosaurs in the cages. But first, we must retrieve them. Here, take this with you. As he gives it Jacob, it's a large electronic box. What is this for? This, if you push this button, you can crank it up higher and higher. It's extremely sensitive to dinosaurs. You do this, and they'll run away like babies. As we collect their babies. Now, Jacob, Chris, and Fred, I'm trusting you all to get those eggs for me. And if you do, you all get a bonus. But if you don't, well, there's consequences. You can load up whatever you need, and I mean need. If you can't carry it indefinitely, then don't bring it. There's a Jeep in the garage that you guys can go out in. Jacob really thinks that this is a bad idea, but anything to stay in this facility. After all, he's trying to get Josh fired. He's secretly a spy for Danny and Damien, but since they're in attractions, he has to do this by himself. And when he gets back, he'll figure out a plan to release them. He would have to scramble to make it work, but he thought he could pull it off. Carrying the box, he puts it in the back with Chris in the back. As Fred sits next to him, Jacob drives the Jeep into the battlefield. While they're driving, he sees many velociraptors from Jurassic Park running in the woods, as if they're following them. Huh, that's cool. All the raptors, some of them in different tribes. That includes Blue, the big one, the tiger-striped raptor, the male and female from Jurassic Park 3, the rebirth raptor, and the novel raptor running together. They start getting close to their destination, and Jacob slows the car down. And then he stops the car about 50 yards away. As they stop the car, he can hear an animal incredibly large. And then a loud thud it was vibrating towards them. The animal was walking. A 20-foot shadow was seen on the ground. 2 legs, large body, short head. A Tyrannosaurus. Okay, Jacob says. I got this all planned out. I'll go first with the box, and then you two bring the eggs back to the Jeep. Fred says, Are you sure this is safe, man? Oh, don't worry, Chris says. They'll lose you if you don't move. These are from InGen. You heard what Chris said. It's just a big frog. Let's go, says Jacob. Jacob got out of the car first. He was ready, holding the device like a gun. And then they start making their way towards the nest. But then, as soon as they entered the clearing, they saw the Tyrannosaur. No, they saw 2. At first, the animals looked at them in perplex, giving them a dumb stare, as if amazed to see an intruder, just before Ember roars loudly at them. Jacob points the box in the air, and a high-pitched shriek fills the air. The Rexes roar in response. Holy hell, says Chris. They begin to move towards them. Jacob moves the dial even further, and Fred claps his hands over his ears. The response was immediate. The Rexes began to back up as if receiving a physical blow. They tried to roar again, but weakly, without conviction. The humans moved forward. The Tyrannosaurs began to shake their head violently, trying to clear their ears. Jacob slowly moved the dial even further, making them back off while they climbed into the nest. Chris was the first one to get into the nest. Seeing 2 babies and a small clutch of eggs, the Tyrannosaurs were far away now, stomping in agitation. Jacob moves towards the Rexes and yells at Chris to grab one of the eggs. Chris fumbled around the nest before snagging one of them, but in the process of his fumbling, he accidentally stepped on one of the baby's legs, breaking it. The infant let out a painful cry, which caused the parents to attempt to step forward and save their young. Chris made it back to the Jeep with an egg. Now, Jacob told Fred to grab an egg, but the man stood there, terrified, knowing that the Rexes surely wouldn't let another man into their nest so easily. Fred, now, Jacob commanded. I can't, he screamed. You dummy, cried Jacob. Now, he himself began to climb into the nest while holding the device high, but as he started down, He twisted his body, and the battery plug pulled out of the box. The sound abruptly stopped. The Tyrannosaurs shook their heads and roared. The two men froze, slightly shaking. All Jacob could think of was for some way to plug the battery pack back in, but he dare not move. The male Rex observed his hurt infant before turning his head in Fred's direction. It stared blankly at the men in the mound. He really can't see him, Jacob says. Just before the creature nudged Fred with its snout, then moved its head back to strike the man laterally to the ground. Just as the Rex pulled its head towards Fred's body, the movement was delicate. It came accompanied with a high-pitched scream. When it lifted its head, Jacob noticed a little bit of flesh within its mouth. It was Fred's arm. The man's scream was never-ending, and it echoed throughout the primal forest around them. Jacob ran to the Jeep as fast as he could. He jumped into the Jeep and started the car, and quickly, the Tyrannosaurs roared in front of them. Clutching the egg in the passenger seat, Chris asked, "Where's Fred?" "Didn't make it," Jacob says. "What do you mean?" Chris says. "I mean, he didn't make it!" Slamming the door, slamming the car into gear. The Jeep raced off. "Maybe we should get rid of this," Chris says. "Don't you freaking dare," he screamed. Just suddenly, one of the Tyrannosaurs burst through the trees ahead of them. He quickly shifted the car in reverse. "You're gonna get us killed!" Chris shouted. "Shut up!" Jacob yelled back at him. He was worried but needed to stay cool. He was in control, but this was dangerous, and the situation had already escalated quickly. But then suddenly behind him, they heard another roar. Looking back, he saw the Spinosaurus. Jacob thought this would be a perfect time since the T-Rexes will most likely get distracted. He quickly drives away into the woods back to the database. Ember stopped, looking at Snock. He roars loudly as Snock does the same. Now this will be a fair fight. Ember and Snock charge towards each other in a headbutt clash. Ember quickly overpowers him with his strength, and then bites him in the neck and then pushes him into the trees. Snock smacks Ember in the face and then tries to grab a hold of his neck, but Ember's strength is unbearable. Ember knocks down Snock's legs with his tail, and the hit was so powerful that it felt like they almost broke. Snock falls to the ground and immediately gets back up, and then using his arms to smack Ember in the face, but then Rexy quickly comes out of the trees and bites him in the tail. Snock roars in pain, but Ember bites him in the neck, but then suddenly, Zeb comes out of the trees wanting to join the action. But he wasn't alone. Alongside him was the Indominus Rex. As Rexy looks, she notices something. The Indominus Rex looks a bit gooey. Like her mouth is really weird looking, like it's orange. She looks at her nest to see it's gone. All of her eggs and all of her babies are crushed. Rexy in rage, she roars loudly at the Indominus Rex, running towards her as the Indominus does the same. As Snock finally gets a hold of Ember's neck, Ember is not having it. Using his strength, he uses it to push him into the trees once more, but then Zeb headbutts him, causing him to fall onto Snock. Snock's about pissed off at this point. Using his legs to push off Ember, he then starts to fight Zeb, grabbing him by the neck, trying to break it. But Zeb quickly gets out and smacks him with his tail. Then Snock smacks him with his arms many times, and then pushes him. The Indominus is struggling to fight Rexy due to her enrage and being in more of her younger state. But using her arms to pin down Rexy, and then to bite her, she soon gets the upper hand. But then she feels a lot of pain in her tail. She looks to see the Tarbosaurus biting her tail. It seems that almost every big theropod is here from the Jurassic universe. Ember, seeing Rexy pinned down by the Indominus, he quickly runs over to help her, but then suddenly they all hear a loud roar, bigger than all of them. They all stop to look in the direction, and what they see is the Distortus Rex. Noah, knocked out a little bit, from the attack, along with Spider-Rex, T-Rider, and Devil Dinosaur. He feels something on his chest. He looks up to see an Indominus Rex with nasty-looking teeth. But it isn't just any ordinary Indominus. It's the Indom 2.0. He quickly kicks it off and is about to blast it when suddenly a giant Apatosaurus-type hybrid comes in and attacks it. Oh, heck yeah. The hybrid was Torpadosaurus, Spiny's creation. And he wasn't alone, because on his back was Noah's hybrid, the Tyrannosaurus Rex. And together they start murdering the heck out of the Indom 2.0. Yeah, this is what you get, Goji Center, for not including our hybrids, because they were peak. But then suddenly more hybrids start to come in, including Hank, Vega, Gilgamesh, and a lot more. Then Noah notices a whole bunch of small dinosaurs running away from the forest. Terry and Sauron are still continuing to fight Diablo, but combined together, Diablo is just too strong. And Diablo's about to finish off Terry when suddenly an atomic blast hits him. Terry looks, and it's the Mortem Rex, wanting to join in on the action. And Terry quickly gets up. Jacob arrives at the laboratory with the egg with Chris. Josh is standing there waiting for him. Well, we were only to manage to get one, sir. And a Fred? Gone, sir. We barely made it out alive, Jacob says. But we did manage to get one egg. What about the rest? As I was driving away, I saw the Indominus step on them, killing all the babies. So I'm afraid this is the only one, sir. I guess that works too. Give me the egg. Jacob hands Josh the egg. What are you gonna do with it? He asks. Oh, I'm not sure. I think I'll just put it in one of the cages. Maybe one of the dinosaurs will eat it. Then Josh walks away. I'm highly against this, Jacob says. He then walks to the screen to see Terry's not doing so hot. Oh my god, don't you guys know how to control a Dinosaur King dinosaur? No one's controlling him. Give me the alpha scanner, or whatever it's called. They hand Jacob the alpha scanner with the firestone in it, as Jacob puts in the Dinotector in it. Then Terry starts to glow red, and then he transforms into his Dinotector armor. Use Magma Blaster! Terry starts to charge up Magma Blaster at Diablo, and it hits him. Direct hit. Diablo starts to head towards Terry. Tail Smash! Terry uses Tail Smash, which smacks Diablo in the face many times, before eventually knocking him inside. Now to finish it all off, Blazing Spin Attack. Terry uses Blazing Spin Attack on Diablo, which he grabs his neck, tosses him up into the air, and then basically does Fireball on him. But that still didn't kill Diablo. Diablo injured. He quickly gets up and was about to blast a Fireball at him, when suddenly he gets hit by another Magma Blaster. Terry looks, and it's Gygus. While Diablo lands on a rock, suddenly Spine starts attacking him. You see, Diablo might be the god of evil, but Spine's the god of death. And then Spine, hitting him down, grabs his neck, bites it, and then breaks it. Only a god can kill another god. The Spine roars in triumph, as Shredz, AlloGojira, and Joeyzilla and Guanji are there. Suddenly they all see a giant green dinosaur. Even Terry, Sauron, and the Mortem Rex see it as well. It looks like the Carcharodontosaurus, but green. But what they don't know is he's been infected with the plague of Magnus. And he's heading towards a peaceful place where all the herbivores are resting. Yoshi from Super Mario notices him and runs away. As Noah is heading towards the little dinosaurs, suddenly he feels two bites in his arms. He looks, and it's the two Godzillosauruses. -1 and Heisei. He then shocks them with his lightning and then slices them in the neck and then grabs them both by the tail and then starts spinning around and around and around and around before eventually throwing them far away. Huh. I thought they'd be more antagonizing. But then suddenly he's blasted with fire. Ugh. He looked to see where it was coming from, but all he sees is a ghostly dinosaur. As Josh sits back down, suddenly the TV in front of them starts glitching, and all he sees is a face. And then a voice comes after it. It says,
Beware of the supreme monstrosity. He will bring his children out there so they can feed.
well, this ain't good. Josh summons the Dinosaur King Cryolophosaurus and makes it use blizzard breath on the TV, which causes the face to go away. But then the Cryolophosaurus sees the gateway into the battle royale and he runs towards it. Hey, no, where are you going? You're supposed to... Nah, actually, I don't care. Well, that TV's not going to be working, so let's watch something else. Let's see how Danny and Damien are doing.